What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And wow, the Giants now have their first winning season since 2012. And I believe 2012 they also went 9-7. So right now, if we get one more win, we'll have the best record we had since I can't remember. Honestly, I don't remember the last time we went 10-6. Was it 2011 when we went to the Super Bowl, or did we go 9-7 that time too? Anyway, I think the Giants are doing a very good job. I mean, our offense is terrible right now, man. It's really bad, but it's undershadowed right now. It's put under the rug a little bit, and everybody's talking about it, but nobody's really going in depth about it because we won the game. I guarantee you, if we lost the game, everybody would be going off because of this offense. This offense scares me, man. Our offense scares me, and I'm not very confident. Just like last year when we were up 7 points and there's 2 minutes left in the game, I already kind of put in my head that we lost. And now every time the Giants go on the field and it's third down, I'm kind of like, okay, now we're going to punt the ball. I have no confidence in us converting this. And, it's like this every year. We can't put a complete team together. I don't understand. And I'm not going to blame the front office for this because I think we have better pieces than we did last year. But I am going to blame the play calling. I don't think there's enough targets to Sterling Shepard. There's not enough targets to spread the ball around efficiently. Granted, the ball was spread around a lot in this game. A lot of players got opportunities. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. So Eli targeted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different receivers in this game. All had receptions. So, Odell, Sterling Shepard, Will Tye, Rashad Jennings, Jarrell Adams, Shane Vereen, Victor Cruz, Bobby Rainey, and Paul Perkins. Quick update, Shane Vereen, he had a concussion the first time he even plays in the game again. And who knows how long he's going to be out, but sucks for that, man. He was very upset about that, and I feel for him, definitely. Finally, the Giants run in a different personnel, 2 tight ends, 1 running back. That is, I believe that's a 12 personnel or 21 personnel. Let me see, 21 personnel. I always get confused with that, but if you talk to me about that, I know what you're talking about. Grouping consists of... So, yeah, I mean, we finally ran into different personnel. We were effective. We were able to get the ball to Jarrell Adams, and that was a good job. Okay, so it's 12 personnel, okay? 21 personnel is 2 running backs. Okay, so it's 12 personnel. We finally ran into 12 personnel. Granted, I mean, we still ran the 11 personnel most of the game. It's going to happen, but I think Ben McAdoo is starting to get the hint now. Everybody's talking about the 11 personnel, how long they're in it, and I think he's understanding that there's only so many plays you can do from the 11 personnel. He's starting to switch it up a little bit, and I could let it slide that he's taking baby steps with it. I agree. That's a little bit out of his comfort zone. I don't expect him to run a different personnel every single time the Giants snap. So, baby steps. We'll see how it goes on against the Lions and then against the Eagles. But, yeah, we'll see about that. But it needs to be fixed before playoff time, guys. It needs to be fixed. Okay, so going on to our only touchdown in the game. Odell, 61-yard reception to the house. Every single game, there's always been a slant route to Odell Beckham, and it winds up being a touchdown. It's like 60-plus all the time. And I think the Giants need to run this a little bit more. I know that teams will game plan for it, but you just never know when it's going to happen. If we keep doing it late in games, then they're going to game plan for it all the time. Then we're not going to have a backup plan for that. So I think we should do it early in the game. Why not do it early in the game? We can hit a quick home run, get some momentum going. Mess with the opponent's confidence and their morale. So. It would give us a big boost, too, to score early. That's what I want to do, score early. I mean, it's consistent that we end the first quarter with no points. Like, that's not how you get a game going. You need to get in into the opponent's head early. You have to make them rush so they can make mistakes. Not rush the ball, but, have to make them rush to get the ball down the field, and that's how you make mistakes. That's how you get turnovers. So, moving on. Dak Prescott really played horrific. He threw 37 attempts, 17 completions. And I don't know how he ranked better in QBR than, I mean, it was tiny bit. 14.8. He had a 14.8 QBR, and Eli had a 14.2 QBR. But I think he didn't play. I mean, I don't know, because Eli played terrible. But if you look at the stats, if you compare the stats, they had the same amount of completions, but except Dak Prescott threw the ball 9 more times. He threw the ball 11 more times for the same amount of completions. Eli had more yards. Eli had 6.9 average yards per attempt, and Dak Prescott only had 4.5. Eli threw a touchdown. They both threw a touchdown, but Eli only threw 1 pick. Dak Prescott threw 2 picks. So, you know. But anyway, I think both quarterbacks played a terrible game. They both couldn't hit their receivers. And, yeah. Our defense played great. I'll give a quick shout-out to the Cowboys defense. They played great as well. They stopped the Giants, I believe, on third downs. I got to check. On third downs, they were 1 and 11. I think the Giants were 1 and 11 on third downs. It was pretty sad. And the Cowboys weren't any better. So I think both defenses played extremely well. And, yeah, let me check real quick. Third down efficiency. The Giants were 2 for 14. Wow. And the Cowboys were 1 for 15. Wow. The Giants went for it on fourth down twice, completed it twice, and the Cowboys went for it twice and completed it once. That one time being that Dez didn't catch the ball and fourth down and 10. Oh my gosh, Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant, man, one of the most overrated wide receivers in the game right now. Got absolutely locked down by Janoris Jenkins. This time, I mean, he allowed 1 reception for 10 yards. Last game was 1 reception for 8 yards. Dez Bryant racked up a total of 2 receptions for 18 yards against the Giants this year. Who knows what happens in the playoffs? 'Cause I guarantee if we make the NFC Championship, we are going to meet the Cowboys there. So we'll see what happens there. But Janoris Jenkins is in Dez Bryant's head. I mean, he was everywhere, Dez Bryant was. And the 1 reception that Dez Bryant did get, Janoris Jenkins wound up fumbling it, and it was a turnover. So, I mean, Dez Bryant was absolutely irrelevant in this game. And then Dak Prescott targets him for what would have been a huge completion for the Cowboys. But Janoris Jenkins, again, was there to break up the pass. And while it was in Dez Bryant's hand, that was very impressive. Dez Bryant, terrible. But, I mean, Janoris Jenkins really should be considered for a Pro Bowl spot. Or, I mean, nobody's even considering him as one of the best cornerbacks in the league right now. He is. And everybody was talking about that he didn't play like a number 1 corner on the Rams. But he's playing like a number 1 corner on the Giants right now. That's what matters. That guy is definitely a top 8, top 10 cornerback right now. I'm not going to put him there yet with players like Patrick Peterson and Richard Sherman and stuff like that. But he is definitely up there, and he can match up with the best of the best. So I completely have confidence in him. Romeo Okwara. Wow, Romeo Okwara. Listen, just as insurance for you Giants fans, I know only us have heard of him this year, and everybody else is just now hearing about him because of the game he's having. I expected him to play well, just not this well. This guy really stepped in for JPP, and if not, probably put up maybe the same number JPP would have put up. Maybe would have 1 or 2 more sacks, because Romeo could have gotten more sacks, but wasn't there in time. But he played absolutely phenomenal, and just as insurance for you guys, if JPP winds up wanting a lot of money, now we're paying him $15 million this year, on basically like a prove-it deal. We're paying him $15 million this year. It depends if he wants more. He'll probably not want that much more because he's not going to complete the season, and he's probably going to play with us in the NFC Championship game if we make it there. And that's not talking about if he's going to be healthy for the NFC Championship game. That's just saying the minimum he's going to be out for. So we'll see what happens there if JPP wants a lot of money. If he doesn't, we'll probably keep him. But if he does, I think the Giants are pretty comfortable with keeping Romeo Okwara. We have a good sample size coming up against the Lions, against the Eagles, against the Redskins, and against either the Falcons or the Lions again in the playoffs. So we have a good sample size there if we should keep JPP or let Romeo Okwara take that spot from him. So we'll see what happens there. Romeo Okwara, 8 total tackles, 3 of them solo, 1 sack, 1.5 tackles for loss, 1 pass defense, 3 quarterback hits. And yeah, this guy played absolutely lights out. He led the team in tackles. He has a sack. He was one of 3 people to have a sack. And yeah, man, he did a very good job. And I'm really impressed with the linebackers. They did very well. Keenan Robinson could have had himself 2 picks in this game, but wasn't there in time. He read the ball perfectly. He's our middle linebacker we use in pass cover situations, and Kelvin Shepard is used in the base 4-3 formation when they, first and second down, they like to run the ball. But Keenan Robinson is thrown out on sub packages. So he did a good job there. Devon Kennard played well. He didn't play too much as the strong linebacker he is, but he's played more as a pass rusher. I like him as a pass rusher. He did that a lot in college. And I think he's more of a defensive end in my opinion. A lot of scouts graded him more as a defensive end. I wouldn't mind moving him to defensive end. So that's that. And he did a very good job forcing pressure. Very good job forcing pressure. He had 1 sack for himself, but he could have had 2. And Landon Collins played another great game. Was always in the box wherever Ezekiel Elliott was. He was. Jonathan Casillas had himself a sack. Very good job. He's one of these linebackers that's been thrown around in the league. He's been a journeyman as a linebacker, and he's playing really well for us. And people are actually paying attention to Jonathan Casillas. Now he's just not a regular 53-man linebacker who's an okay starter. I mean, he's playing really well this year for us. The secondary played lights out. Leon Hall was moved to free safety because Andrew Adams got beat on that play, that beautiful play-action play Dak Prescott did. I mean, that was a beautiful play-action. You guys have to admit that was beautiful. But Andrew Adams was, he was beat on that play. Then Leon Hall stepped in, played free safety. He got himself an interception there. And, I already talked about Janoris Jenkins. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie also locked up Des Bryant. He did a good job. And, yeah, man, altogether, this was a great game. Great game for the Giants. Great win. We sweep the Dallas Cowboys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. We have the Lions coming up. They got the same record as us, and they're playing really well. Matt Stafford, MVP candidate. So we'll see what happens there, guys. But that's all I got for you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.